How's it going, everyone? Diddy from the Cave here, and welcome to GameDev Diaries, episode number one. I'm gonna make a game today, uh, and yeah, this is basically just like a game development vlog. I'm gonna start creating a project here, so I can talk to you while that happens. I'm gonna make a quick game. I'm gonna call this Runner because it will be just that. Um, so basically, it's going to be like a yeah, like I said, it's going to be like a game development vlog. So you're going to watch me develop the game from the ground up. Um, and yeah, you can follow with if you like. At the end of every session, I will try and upload the game somewhere. Not sure where entirely yet. I did have a website some time ago, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna use that. But anyway, yeah. So that's gonna be it. It's gonna be a game dev vlog. And you're probably gonna watch me like look up YouTube videos and like I'll cut that out. I'll cut that out. But I will link towards the tutorials in the description, and I'll tell you guys, hey, this is where I got this. So yeah, okay. So we're starting off with a basic side scroller template. I'm deleting this because fuck that. Before I continue, I just want to check the quality of the recording software thingy because I didn't do that before. I don't think I'm gonna add any custom textures to this just yet, just because I hate those tutorials where they play the game and it's like the game plays at like fucking 10 frames per second or something. It's horrid. I hate it and I don't want to see it in my own tutorials. Anyway, okay, so things are looking good. Um, this is going to be a runner game. It's going to end up being either a single player or a cooperative experience. Whereas if you play, there will always be two characters in the scene, and but that's coming later. And depending on what option you choose in the beginning, the second player will either control the second character, or the second character will just be controlled by, I wouldn't say AI, but probably like the the entirety of the AI in the second character will be the level. So it'll just be running, and the level will be telling it what to do, sort of. Okay, so in order to make this guy run constantly, we need to open him up in the editor. I want to keep the jump input, and in the move input, I'm going to delete this, and I am going to add a tick event. Tick events happen every, well, like tick. I'm not sure how to describe it. Do not connect that to that. The character will move like super slow. Oh, what the hell? Let me show you. I probably shouldn't have started recording before someone had friends over. So they'll see it like if you connect the delta time, like little porty things. Oh shit! I don't want that up. If you connect those, then it just like moves really slow. So we are going to right click and break the link and make that 3. And then compile, save, and play. There we go. That's okay. That's alright. Okay. So we have this now. I'm going to move the character this way. All the way to the end as far as it can go. And a really nifty thing about Unreal Engine 4 is that if you place the character there and you simply press N, it'll just snap the character to the ground. So let's press play. It has a little bit of a thing there, but I don't really care right now. It's fine. Okay. So we got that right. Okay, we got the jumping, we got the movement. Now, however, when the character reaches a certain point, I want him to turn around. So I'm going to want him to move all the way here, and he's going to turn around and move this way, if you can understand what I'm saying. So I'm going to go back in here, and I am going to move this stuff that way. I'm going to copy and paste this. Copy, paste. Okay. Then I want him to move the other way. So right now he's moving in that direction, which is -1 on the y-axis. So I want him to move on the opposite direction. So I'm simply going to delete the minus. So now it'll run back. Okay. Just 1 second. There we go. Fun times recording with a runny nose. So we want him to move in one direction, and when he hits something, we want him to run into the other direction. So what we're going to do is create 2 variables. Well, we're going to create 1 variable right there. Okay. We will call this variable run right. Fucking sinuses. Okay. Anyway. So it's going to be a simple boolean. So it's always going to be true or false. And I'm going to compile this, and I'm going to set the default value to run right. Okay, so it's always going to run right. Well, by default, it's going to run right. Okay, so I want to drag this in like that, and I want to get the run right value, which will be true in this case. Okay, and I want to drag that out, and I want to branch it. Okay, so I want to take away that. I'm going to break that link. I'm going to bring it over here. Okay, and this is where we decide when he runs left and when he runs right. So I'm going to drag it so that if run right is true, he runs to the right, and if it's false, he runs to the left. Okay. If that will actually just fucking connect. There we go. Right. Might want to drag this out just a little bit. Fuck it. The general idea is there. Okay, well, fine. I'll fix that later. Anyway, so now we want something that's going to toggle or switch the run rate or the run right to true or false. So I'm going to create a box trigger. This is pretty simple stuff, by the way. Like, it's just me later on. I really hope you don't watch this as a tutorial. It's fun to watch. I hope. Anyway, so we have this trigger box here, right? We're going to rename this trigger box run toggle, because I'm hoping we can toggle the running the variable rather than set it to a specific state. Okay, so I'm going to go into my level blueprint. There we go. And I'm going to create a reference to run toggle. If you want to create a reference to something, make sure that it is selected. Okay. Then I think you need to have your character selected. here, and we want to create an event on. No, wait, no, this is wrong. This is absolutely wrong. I'm an idiot, and also still a beginner. So we want to have that clicked. We want to go open level blueprint, and we want to type in overlap, like that. So we want to take add on actor begin overlap. So this will trigger once the character enters the box. Okay. Then we want to. Shit, how did I do this? Let's cast to side scrolling side that guy. That's the other actor for now. And then as side scroll, we will go run. And we will take run right, and we will set it to false. There we go. That's how you do it. Now, in theory, this should work. Because I kind of did it last night to just test out my theory. And there we go. Woo, yay. So now he runs, and as soon as he hits that box, he turns around. Okay. Now we want the opposite. So I don't think you can really toggle that, so I'm going to call this run left. Okay, and I'm going to duplicate that. I'm going to rename that run right. Okay. And for the sake of this, I almost say tutorial. For the sake of this video right now, I'm going to bring it up so it doesn't trigger when we jump there. So I'm going to put it right there. It's going to run up there. So we want to go back into the level blueprint. We want to create a overlap. Add on actor begin overlap. I'm going to copy those, paste it, bring it down, do that, and set that to true. Now, in theory, this should work. There we go. There we go. Okay. Cool. Alright, so that's done. What I do want to try and do is maybe put these I'm not gonna screw with that right now because this game will just be one level. I want to put these in a blueprint inside the trigger boxes for use in other levels, but this game will only be one level because I need to format my computer so I can have a nice and fresh start. Okay, so now it's really just level design, I suppose. What else can we add to this? I'm going to drag this to the side for now. Actually, let's bring this up, make it smaller, bring it up. If you're wondering why it's so wide, it's just because I want to be sure that the character will actually hit it. I'm just gonna play around with the level, I suppose. I'm gonna bring this down. And then I'm gonna test this. Okay, there we go. There we go. Right. Great stuff. Amazing. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna start with the level thing. These are for post-processing stuff. I don't think my computer can handle that. So I might just delete them. I'm not sure. What I will do, though, is start on the rest of this level. So I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to delete that, and then I'm going to sneeze. Bless you. Up again. Ooh, there we go. Much better. Okay. So let's bring this guy. I'm not going to add any textures or anything fancy just yet. I know you can like use the snapping things, but I'm not really in the mood for that now. This is really just a rough game. Okay, and then I can start doing more stuff. Ooh, okay, that's fine. So let's bring this guy. Drag him over here. There we go. We will rotate him a little bit. 180. Put him on the ground. Then bring him down a little bit more. Maybe we should resize him a little bit. Something like that. Let's make it a little bit wider, just in case. And you know what? Let's just make him much longer. Gonna bring that up. I kind of want to see if I can run up there. So I'm gonna bring this guy over here. Whoop. And yes, we can. Doesn't look very good, but we can. Okay, so I want to add something else over here. Not like that. So I want to create a jump pad, right? Sorry. Okay, there's no more sham in this video. So I want to create a jump pad. We'll want to create a new blueprint. So we're going to blueprints, create blueprint class. It'll be an actor, and we will make this jump pad. Double click on that, open it, add a scene, like so. And this jump pad will have a cylinder that we're just going to scrunch out a little, not like that. But like that. There we go. So I'm going to do that. And it'll be interesting to see what happens on that angle because I'm going to put it on that thing. So we want to add a box trigger as well. Where is it? Why is there no box trigger there? Let's do box collision instead. So we want him to... Oh, fuck. Where are you? So we want him to jump, basically, when he runs into this thing. So, I'm going to do this. Change block all dynamic on the collision to overlap only pawn. I think that's what it was. Sorry. Damn sinuses. Also, it's really hot. It's like probably 35 degrees in this room where I'm sitting. Celsius, by the way. Okay. So inside scroll the character. Because I want to trigger the jump function in the side scroll character. So if I do this on component begin overlap cylinder, let's see. Cost to side scroll the character. Yes. Other actor is the object. Ah, there we go. And side scroll the character, a jump. There we go. I always get confused with these things. Alright, so we'll drop it in the thing. Say right there. This one specifically, though, I want to rotate so that it matches the thing. I want to turn that off. And then we can just bring it out a little bit. Like that, I suppose. So let's see what happens when I run over this thing. Woo! Okay, didn't quite do what I thought it would do. It just jumped. I thought it would like go into a different direction. But it is not a launching thingy, it is a jump pad. And it's doing exactly what I wanted to do. I'm not sure if I should, if I need the... No, I don't. I really don't. Unless I want to switch that. The cylinder. This, let's see. On component begin overlap. There we go. I'll do that instead. You need this one. Hit that instead. This is just so that you need to be nice and inside the cylinder before you can actually jump on it. Whee, there we go. Okay, that's good. That is good. So what I want to do is I'm going to run. I want to jump. Stop right there. And I'm going to add a cube. Sort of there-ish. What am I doing? Bring it closer. Up. I want to make sure that it's in line with this. I could like do the whole X thing and make sure that it's let me do that actually. I'm gonna copy that and I'm gonna select that and I'm gonna paste it there. There we go. I was off by like minuscule amounts. So let's bring this out a little bit. Bring that out by a lot. And then we want to move it to around there. And let's Let's test this. Forward just a little bit because I want him to land on that edge. Just so the player knows this is a fucking hardcore game. Because that character barely made it. There we go. That's close now. Okay, so one thing about these jump pads though is I want the jump pad to throw him into the air higher than it goes when you jump, because otherwise you might as well just have to press jump. So let's see if we can fix that. Let's go to the side scroller character. There might be something here. Let's go to the jump event. Let's see if we can find something somewhere. If you want your character to jump according to the time jump key is held, then you can set the jump key whole time to non-zero value. Let's see if we can find it here. What is this? Oh, input action jump. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna find it here. Let's see. You see, I could disable the jumping entirely, but that would just make the game really boring. Let's see. Let's break that link. No? Okay. Shit. Well, how the fuck am I gonna do this? Is there anything in construction? No. It's not macro. Event crafts. Show inherited variables. Ooh. This is interesting. Let's see if we can find that now. Jump. Nope. Functions. Variables. Components? No. Visualize? No. Rendering? No. Application? No. Picture? No. Okay, so what is this? Jump key whole time. Let's see if we can find it here. Nope. Shit. What other jump stuff is there? Jump at last jump. Okay. I want to open this, damn it. No, I don't want to comment. Input, touch him, no. Game, no. Okay, well, we'll figure that out later, I suppose. So in the meantime, actually, I'm going to look up a tutorial. I will see you. Okay, so I seem to have found it. It's type in max. No? Okay. We drag that out and we type in max. Set jump max hold Okay, so we want to call this before that, so I want to drag that over there. No, in there. Thank you. And I want to bring this back. I don't want to bring that in there. And I want to disconnect that. Okay, so now we can set it higher. So we want to, let's set that to 2, I guess. And bring in a delay. This is probably not the right way to do it. Of 1 second. And we will set max. We'll copy that, paste it, bring it over. There we go. And do that. Put it back to 0. Okay. Oh, there's no target. Okay. That over there should theoretically be the target then. Hey. There we go. It's not a character. Oh, that should have a target. There we go. Now let's see what happens. Whee. Okay, I just want to check something else. Yep, seems to work fine. Great stuff. Great job. Great job. Okay, so there is our jump pad. Save the project. Yeah, now it's really just about level design and just fleshing things out, I suppose. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. What we could do is bring this guy up a little bit, actually. Bring this guy way over here. Because I'm a douche and I want you to run all the way to the end of the level. Okay. Then I want to bring that guy here, there. I'm gonna bring that up like so. So he will run, jump over there, run back, hit that thing, run back here. Let's duplicate this. I know I'm doing level design. And then we probably want like a level end, which for now, I'm just going to send the character back to the beginning. So, I think it's called a reference point or something weird like that. I know it's a point. Something. Target point. There we go. And we want him over there. Well, maybe not over there, but I hate it when it does this. Where is that? Let's grab this x value here. Stick it into this guy. There we go. Now we know he is where he needs to be. More or less. And we will call that respawn. Because we're going to have a respawn now. Then way over here, I am going to create another box collider or a trigger. Sorry. There we go. Like so. Scale the crap out of it. Stupid mouse. What the hell? There we go. Alrighty, and I'm going to call this when. Because when. Okay. So we will create another overlap. What the hell? There we go. For some reason, when I held in the right mouse button, it zoomed in and out. Weird. Anyway, so we want to cast to side scroll the character like so. Stick that in there. Then as that controller, we want to move actor, I think it was called. No, I think it's set actor location. Okay. Now to get the respawn point location thingy, we want to go all the way back. This sadly takes some time. Okay. And we want to click on that guy. We want to come in here, and we want to create a reference to respawn. And then we want to go and say get actor location, and we want to drag that in there, and now theoretically this should work. So to speed things up, I'm going to move. I know I can hold in shift and it'll make things easier, but yay, look at that. Look at that. That's amazing. That was something new that I implemented in in this one. And there it turns around, runs back, and it turns around, and it comes down, and he goes back to wherever. So let's make this just a little bit more realistic. I just don't want him to cut to there. So I'm going to go back into the side scroller. Okay. And I'm going to go to movement input. I'm going to bring the event tick back a little bit. I'm going to make another variable. I hope this thing is on, by the way. Let me see. Yes, it is. Fuck, I hope it is. So anyway, I'm going to create a new variable. And this is going to be called can move. And this is simply going to be like whether or not the character can move, so we can stop him at certain points, etc., etc., etc. We might use it to stun him later on, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to bring this over. That needs to be true, by the way. We need to get it. We need to branch. And this is very, very simple. We bring it from there to there. That'll automatically break it. And there to there. Okay, so can move is on. If it's true, it'll do all that shit. And then when we hit this thing, let's go to open level blueprint. We want to cast first. this out. Then as that, we want to set can move to false. And then do that. Okay, so let's see. Oh, wait, hang on. We want to do more. We want to do more. We want to do more. We want to put a delay in. I'm going to put the delay in for about 2 seconds. Bring it in. Bring it out. There we go. It's that simple. Hopefully. I'm not going to care about unbuilt objects in light. And it'll stop for 2 seconds. And it'll send us back. But now, of course, it's not running. Still jumping here. Because seriously, who's going to jump when they're like, yay, I just won the level. We want to set the actor location. And then we want to set can move. Hang on. Let's duplicate that. Bring that through. We want to set can move to true. Bring it in there. There. And there. Okay, let's see. Let's do its thing. Stops for 2 seconds and then it continues. Fantastic. That's amazing. That was amazing. Okay, cool. I think that's it. I'm gonna do some level development, level design thingies. I might make a time lapse of that. We will see how friendly Camtasia is with that. Otherwise, yeah. Also, we can put stuff like movement. Stuff that increases your movement, stuff that decreases your movement, score, etc., etc., etc. I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to finish this level, and then I will worry about those things. Okay? So, as a finish to the level, let's use the shifty thing. Move this all the way here. Try and put it as close as possible to this location. Bring it down. And let's play. Okay, there's still a little thing there, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. Okay, we're going to run. It's going to launch us into the air. Going to come down, land on that, turn around, run back, turn around, down, finish the level, and that's it. Alright, that's amazing. One last thing that I want to do. I want to try something. This is going to be an experiment of note. I want to create a blueprint from this. And I'll keep that as win blueprint. And I'm just going to bring in a cube, maybe? Oop, shit. That's big. And I'm just gonna bring it out a little bit more. And a little bit more. Yeah, that's fine. And let's minimize that. There we go. Now we have an official level end. Let's bring it up a little bit. There we go. Yay! And you know what? I said I wouldn't do it, but let's add a thing. A map to it. Or a mesh or material. That's what they're called. And let's do that. Right there. Come on. Do it. Do it! Okay, we might want to go in here and do it there. Type in hex pulse. I wonder if you can do the thing where can't map it? Okay. Don't care. And there we go. There is our end of our level. And there is our very small and basic level. Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you liked this video and my voice, which is really weird today, please click on like if you want to see more of these kind of things. Please click on subscribe, and I will see you guys next time when we do some more things. We might add some enemies, or we might combine the jump pads and the reverse pads. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, from me, Diddy from the Cave, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, goodbye.